Hello guys, Rito here. Okay, this time around we are going to look into a different kind of Path of Exile 2 series, and in this episode I'm gonna look at some beginner tips. Basically, we've had a lot of questions on the Spectre videos about the various stuff regarding the race Spectre gem and generally mechanics around race Spectres and what this can do. So let's get it started. First of all, race Spectre, it's a gem, like a skill gem that you can get at level 22. The first time you can get it, it will be gem level 7, and the character level that you can start using it will be level 22. So, this will be called Blind Spectre. You have to socket it in here, right? And then you will have to use it on your bar, like this, and then you have to press your button to try and see after something is there, try and see what you can bind as a Spectre, right? So it looks like this. That's one thing. Then other stuff that's happening that is specific to bind Spectre, we have it over here. I'm gonna have this one in the description of the video as well. Quality on the gem, when you do gem cutter quality on it, it will give minions deal 0 to 20% more damage. I will show you. Let me just show you what's happening. Then we'll gonna get back into Holton here. Let's go into the refuge. Let's do gem cutter so I can show you exactly how this one works. You go into your stash. If you don't have it, I mean, you need like 4. Even when you're getting 1, it's very much worth it to do it. So you go on the bind Spectre here. You right click this. You can hold shift if you want to keep using it. And this one is basically now 5 quality. And it says over here, additional effects from quality minions deal 5% more damage. This is very, very consistent because it will be multiplicative to your support gems. For example, if you're using a Feeding Frenzy, I mean, I cannot use it now because I haven't bound anything, but let's look at one of the, for example, this one. This is an already bound Spectre with the 20 quality. As you can see, it has 20% more damage. So if you're doing Feeding Frenzy and then Master, let's say, or something else that has a multiplier, the quality will also multiply everything else, right? So then all the base damage that the skill has from the level, by the way, we'll talk about the levels from the gem as well, all the base skill will actually be very beneficial. Okay, now let's talk about what levels do for a race Spectre. So as you can see here, this one is level 14, right? This one is level 18. It's the same way as you level up other gems. You go into your stash, you go to your gems, if you have this tab, of course. Then you get, for example, I want to upgrade the one that I have in there, the level 14 one. You go for the equip gems over here, and I want to upgrade this one to level 18. You can do this incrementally every level, and it's very, very important. Alright, so now we have it level 18 as well. One other thing you can do, of course, is if you have this kind of thing, you can already do sockets. And one thing that is important, maybe not everyone knows, on the gems you can actually do the biggest one. If you have the 6-link one, you can do directly that one. For example, this, you have 2 sockets, and you can do directly 4 sockets. You don't need to go to the smaller one before. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about a bit about the levels, which is not very visible in here. I mean, you can see, where is it? You can see mostly this if you have your stuff summoned. Let's go into the hideout. So we have Harano on these level 18 gems, right? And you can see your basic attack here, but this doesn't tell you a whole lot, right? So we still have to use, to fully understand how this works, we still have to use some third-party tools. We do have the website that I created. We have the spectrewiki.com. So, for example, if you look on one of the, I don't know, this is prepared for the elites, right? Okay, let's have a new tab. Let's look at Harano. We are looking at Harano, right? Let's look at Harano. Right, so you have all the info here, and I am about to add more info on the pages as well. But in the meanwhile, just to showcase you what level does for the gem, let's look on the PoE2DB page because they still have most information. Let's just quickly look here. So select master level. What does this mean over here? So when you're selecting master level 22 over here, right, this will mean the level 7 gem. So as soon as you are level 22 and you use the level 7 gem, then it will be level 22, and here you can see actually the base damage that they have. This base damage will get multiplied with what you have over here in the quality and the gems that you are going to use, like the support gems you're going to use. For example, for the Harano, I will use this kind of setup for her master, not with elemental focus, of course, brutality, let's say, rapid attacks, and then heavy swing. And the damage will go up like consistently. You can see even if I remove this, I mean, let's remove the brutality. This is gonna be 25k DPS, and if you do this again, it will be 32k, and so on. So you want to check this one. In my case, over here, my gem is level 27. So if you go here, you can only go as up as level 90. Level 90 means a level 20 gem. So we are way above this kind of base damage here on our Spectre here, because we are level 27. So the levels, basically the levels that you add over here, will increase the base damage here. So let's see. For example, you get level 22, right? You start with level 22. You will be level 22 as well. The monster will be level 22. And let's say you have, I don't know, +2 on your helmet, or +1 minion levels on your helmet, and +1 on your amulet. This will mean you have, at level 22, you will have a monster level 34 or something. So this means they will get more damage. More base damage is very, very good. So you want always to look for, when you're doing race Spectre, you want to look for a level of minions. As you can see here, I have +4, I have a +2 on the helmet, I have a +3 on the amulet, and that's pretty much, I think, most you can get. You can also get +2 on a offhand. There is a unique trench timber that you can get a +2, and there's also possibility to get +2 on focus with Desecrate. So yeah, that's also possible. So that's about the levels. Now, particularities about Race Spectre. Race Spectre is weird in a way that some of the minions that you can summon, like some of the we have it here, have elite variants. And not only elite, they have multiple variants as well. So for example, let's look at that Knight Elite. This one, it has exactly the same cost, but it has highest damage of all the Spectres, because it has like a line attack. I'll show you quickly here. Well, he's doing this slam. See? Do you see this line slam? This one is only available on the elite version of the Spectre. So you have to pay attention whenever you're looking for this Spectre to also do this kind of attack, not only the circle attack that they have around them as the usual non-elite version. So this is very important, right? And if we look also on the P2DB here, you will see that you have more variants over here. You have the normal Death Knight, which only has this ability, the Slam EA. So this is the circle ability they have around them. And if you look here, there should be an elite, right? Ignore the Strongbox ones, because these ones are not spectrable. And no monsters from Strongboxes that spawn in the Strongboxes are spectrable. So let's look at this one. So this one says that Death Knight in Necropolis Elite is in the area of the Ziggurat Refuge. This means on the maps. But this is not entirely true on the part of P2DB, because you can get it in Act 1 and also in Act, not in Act 6, in Interlude. So what you need to look for example, for a Spectre like this, is you want to look for the overhead slam, right? You want both the melee slam that they have with 8-second cooldown, but you also want the overhead slam, which only has an attack time and no cooldown. So they will cycle through this and this more often, and they will deal a ton of damage, because as you can see here, if you select the high level, they have very good base damage stats, and they have multiplier on top of this and on top of all the gems that you have. So you need to pay attention for this. And apart from these ones, right? Apart from this one, if you look here for Elite, we also have a porcupine crab elite, we have a matriarch elite, and now we this one, for example, will leave behind the dot pool. So they will have a poison pool happening whenever they're casting. Let me show you. So see these ones? These ones are only available for the elite version. And this one costs the same as the other one. So you have to pay attention whenever you're doing this. You have to pay attention that they are doing that attack. And usually what happens, if you want to find those, let me show you in the interlude where we were in the Holton area. Let me just show, let's see if we can capture an elite version. I think here we are looking for a Death Knight elite. Usually the easiest way to capture the elite versions is to look for... yeah, we have the Death Knight here. Yo, wait, we don't need Harano, he'll murder everyone. These ones are not the elite version, because I've checked them before and they don't have that attack. If you find a rare version of this monster, or this one might have the elite version. Okay, that's not elite. Right? This is not the elite version. He doesn't have that overhead slam, right? Oh, he has it. Did you see it? Did you see it? Okay, let's test it out. Let's see if it works. Let's get them down. Okay, let's get more of these out so we can clear. So this one, the rare one, you want the rare one, right? You tried to get the rare one, right? I think it was, yeah. You can see up here on the screen, like on top of the screen, that is the corpse of the elite one, right? This is the elite one because we saw the yellow one, the yellow Death Knight was doing the attack. So let's capture it. We are pressing the key. You wait for it to be captured and now you have it, right? So now let's unsummon these guys. Let's unsummon these. And let's have like 2 of them out, and let's do, I don't know, it doesn't even need damage stuff. Now let's look if it's indeed the elite version or the normal version. Look, they have the line slam, see? This line slam is only available for the elite. Okay, that's enough particularities about the elite versions. Apart from elite versions, we also have variants. So some variants have like, let's say, we have Power Zealot, which is kinda popular, but we have the Spark, the Power Zealot Spark, and we have the Melee Spear details. And these ones have exactly the same cost. I need to update the cost on the site. They have exactly the same cost as the each other, but you have to look again for their attacks, right? It's the same as the elite, but these ones are not elite. It's just that they have different abilities. The Spark one has a Spark ability, and the melee one doesn't have the Spark ability, and is a melee one. And he has like, instead he has a slam. It's not being shown in here, but if you look, he has this line slam. See? So yeah, this is another particularity. So you have to look over these things as well. So if you look even on the PoE2DB, you will see that there's multiple variants, and this can happen. This can happen for a lot of the Spectres. So that's why we have such a large DB here. Like if you look here in the all Spectres, we have like 500 monsters, right? We have 503 entries. Okay, but this is not everything. People were asking, so if you Spectre something like this, if I Spectre, for example, the rare monster, does it keep the mods? No, it does not. The mods are only kept by Tame Beast. So you have Tame Beast, you have Bind Spectre, and you have Tame Beast. Tame Beast is a totally different skill that allows you to target a living monster, and then you keep the mods that it has. But this will be a lot more costly because it will hold a percentage of your spirit. So it's a bit of a different thing. So once again, for Bind Spectre, since this video is focused on the Bind Spectre, it does not keep the mods of the monsters, unless there is like a small unless. We have here in the 0.30b patch notes, this line that I underlined here says that abyssal monsters now introduce some of their skills over the first 3 acts instead of being able to use all of their skills from act 1. So if you go into the abyss, for example, if you go into the lightless passage, right, that is level 22, it's from act 2. Some of the monsters that you find there, like some of the, I don't know, Black-Blooded Elite and I don't know what else, they will not have all of their abilities. I'm not gonna go right now, but I'm just gonna explain what that means. So a lot of people were saying, because they were watching some of my videos here from the Abyssal Monsters, I have them on the website as well, sorry about the commercials, it has to keep the site alive. So we've had, like, for example, for Black Blooded Elite, I was doing this video, right? I was doing this Spectre video, and as I was doing it in a late game area, and obviously I picked them up from a late game area, and my Black Blooded Elite has also the big beam. Or they don't have, yeah, they have this big beam as well. And some people were in the comments and saying, what the hell, man, mine doesn't do this one, right? But this is easily explainable by this change that GGG made. I don't know if it's intentional to also be on the Spectres, but basically if you pick up Abyssal Monsters in a low level area, like from Act 1, starting, they will have less abilities. They will use less abilities. However, this is tied once again to the level of the Spectre, to the level of the Spectre gem. So even if you picked up your Black Blooded Elite, let's say, in the Act 1, and you only had like one ability, as soon as you get your gem level above a certain threshold, I don't know the threshold, guys, I'm sorry about that, I haven't tested that very thoroughly, but as soon as you get your level above a certain threshold, your skill level gem, then they will cast all of their abilities. Okay. That's about it. That's all I can say about the Ray Spectre gem. So yeah, it's very important. Give it quality, give it gem levels, and use as many multipliers as you possibly can, and also play around with it. I don't know, some Spectres like projectile speed, some Spectres like pierce, some Spectres like physical damage, rapid attacks, and so on. And yeah, don't forget also about don't forget also about stuff like this, right? Like Tex rods and Dialas if you can do it, because some of the lineage gems are very good on the Spectres. That's all about the Spectre gems. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, as always, like and subscribe, because it helps the channel grow and I can pull out more videos like this. See you guys later. Bye bye. Chudito out.